back with another video for you today. I've got Dana here again.
Hi everyone.
She is with A Nose.
Yes, I am.
Today I'm going to talk to you, or we're going to talk to you about a new perfume house, indie niche perfume house from London, England, called Exaltatum Fragrances.
I love Exaltatum, and I love the perfumers. Exaltatum, which is a Latin word for exalted, exhilarated.
Oh,
there you go.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love being exhilarated. We have 3 fragrances for you. Ruby Wood, we have Osmanthus Noble, and Pergola. Pergola is a fragrance I featured in my Fougere fragrances video. And we're also doing a giveaway of each of the fragrances in 15 ml bottles for USA or European Union, UK subscribers of this channel. So if you're curious to find out about Exaltatum, please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. You know Exaltatum.
I do, and I've been following Eglia for a long time. I love her name too.
How do you say her name?
Eglia Vaitkevice.
Oh, wow. She's the perfumer of the brand.
She's a perfumer. She's from Lithuania, and she mostly does bespoke perfumery, expensive bespoke perfumery. She's very, very talented, I think.
Yeah.
There's a 4th perfume called Miss Prestige. It's not part of her line. She did it in collaboration. But these 3, I think, are very, very, very good. And I would keep an eye on her.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Well, I met her in London. She actually reached out to me and said, oh, I'd love to meet you. I have fragrances. I want to show you. I said, sure, I'll be in London. Let's meet. I was very, very curious because I had heard some good things about it from a friend of ours, Anna. Mm-hmm. And I guess... they are great. My favorite happens to be Ruby Wood.
Mine too.
But it's closely followed by Osmanthus Noble. Love that one. And then, of course, Pergola is the 3rd one that I like from the house. Let's give them a little detail about the fragrances. Okay. So the fragrances were launched last year, I believe, right? Or has it been in 2017? I think it's 2018. 2018. And they are sold in British pounds for 130 each. You can buy the 3 of them for 295 British pounds. I believe she ships here to the US.
I got them from somebody in Europe, so to be honest, I'm not sure. But there is a way to get your hands on them. If you want them, there's a way to find them.
You can get them if you want them. And once again, the perfumer is Eglia
Vaitkevice.
Eglia Vaitkevice. Okay. Is that your Lithuanian accent, or is that a Romanian?
Sure. One of my 143 languages I speak. No, I don't.
You speak that many?
6.
Oh. At least you speak 6.
Working on my 7th, yeah.
Ruby Wood.
Yes, please.
You know it?
I know it.
So the Ruby Wood is the first one I smelled back in London when I first met Eglia. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. And I immediately loved it. It was just really, really delicious. It did hint at some other fragrances that I like. One of them happened to be Café Noir from Tom Ford. But this is completely different.
It goes towards, it goes towards Café Noir. It goes towards Noir de Noir, if you think about it. Also from Ford.
Oh my God, yeah, it goes in all those directions.
A little bit. It's very, very well executed and very well blended. And it's juicy and delicious somehow.
Very fruity too.
It is very fruity in a way that is not going to be found on any shelf in any big department store.
No.
It's a different kind of jammy... It's not as stringent, it's not acrid, but it's not, comfy either. It's not sugary.
For me, the dominant notes happen to be the rose, the cassis, red berries, raspberries, coffee, of course, patchouli.
Interesting, okay.
Pink pepper, but one thing that's also really big is the frankincense. The frankincense is so interesting in here because
it's sparkly.
It's different. It's like a green frankincense because it complements the fruity notes really, really well.
And it's a little bit acidulated. It's or maybe that can come from myrrh as well. I get a little bit of cola, so a little bit of sparkly from myrrh, and I do get a combination of. It's almost like a citrus cola.
I was gonna say RC cola. It's very fizzy.
I don't know what RC cola is.
It's an European. They used to have. I used to have it back home in the Middle East.
Communist country, dude. We didn't. Sorry. So it's
very fizzy.
It's a fizzy Yeah, it's acidulated. It's almost it takes it into almost into champagne, but it's not honey-esque at all. I get cola. I get a little bit of
it's
cola, and
cola.
I think it's from the myrrh.
Cola gummy bears. Those little.
Yeah. Okay, this is not to be scared. This is very high
delicious.
quality, very delicious, and really well blended, and very happy somehow. It's a very happy.
It's uplifting.
Very, very. I also feel the oud.
I don't get the oud, unfortunately.
Really?
No.
Well, I'm sensitive to oud, so maybe that's why it pops for me. But it's for those of you who don't or normally wear oud or can't carry oud or it doesn't work with your skin chemistry or something, preferences, this is a very, very good example of how it can be blended in a way that's not prominent. It doesn't take over and
No.
Yeah, it's
For me,
very, very delicate and it's very, very well, hidden down there just
it's
for
so
support.
hidden. It hardly comes out for me,
Just
if
for
any.
support, yeah.
And I wouldn't call this an oud fragrance.
No, it is not.
And I actually, even though the rose is dominant, I wouldn't really call this a rose-forward fragrance.
I agree. I don't know.
There, but yeah, it's something about it. It's just not coming right out. I mean, you can smell it, but it's just very well blended with those fruity notes and that frankincense. Just man,
it's
so
the
good.
citrusy kind. It's like the Omani.
Yeah, there's some sharp tartness in there.
Yeah. The green frankincense.
Ruby
Beautiful.
wood, really good.
Yep.
Should we tell them about?
Ruby wood, really good. And I think it came.
Ruby wood. Really
Even
good.
the box is good. I'm sorry, I'm too
Yeah,
excited.
we forgot to tell them about the boxes. I only have one box because I couldn't bring back so many boxes with
It
me.
looks like this.
And
I'm like one of those
yeah.
TV ladies.
Here, let's put the
No,
ruby wood
like
inside
this.
because the ruby wood has the red tassel.
Of course.
Like that.
And now I get to do
Voila.
Voilà.
Voila.
Voilà, comme ça, c'est bon, c'est très très. Haha.
Oh, you do
Let's
speak
go.
French.
I do speak French.
Osmanthus Noble.
Ooh.
So this
Okay.
one is a fruity leather, a very, very soft suede leather.
Mm-hmm.
You've worn this one, right?
I have worn this before. I
No.
like suede because I have a hard time with birch usually if it's too harsh or the leather is too leathery. I tend to favor the softer versions, like everything that goes into suede. Of course, all of this is conceptual, right? There's no absolute from leather. It's all constructed out of other notes. So depending on how much powder or how much castoreum or everything else, you get different harshnesses or styles
Usually
of leather.
Osmanthus goes leathery.
Osmanthus does go.
That's why
go
this
leather.
is called Osmanthus Noble.
Yes. So
Noble leather.
noble leather.
We know that one. But no, this is so good. I like this almost as much as the ruby wood. Ruby wood, so good. No, it's really good because at first you spray it, it's ultra fruity, but right away that leather just blows up. What I get here for dominant notes is suede, osmanthus, tobacco, musk, sandalwood. Also mandarin, maybe just a little bit of a fresh citrus, and then there's ambery touches. But I also get, upon initial smell, something anisey, like licoricey in there.
Interesting.
Do you get that?
I did get a little bit of that, and for me, the note that comes out that you wouldn't expect, even though you read the notes, is sage. Sage is a very fresh underlayer to the osmanthus, which can turn heavy. I mean, why don't we talk a little bit about osmanthus and what it smells like? I don't think a lot of people know.
Well, first of all, osmanthus is a tea. People drink it in China. It's like consumed. So sometimes you have flowers it's a flower, but it's very fruity, right? And it goes into the dried fruits territory.
It does, for me as well. I would put it in between maybe linden flowers and apricots, kind of, somewhere.
It's dried fruits, right?
Yes. It's not a white flower and it's not a yellow flower, but it can get heavy, particularly because it has these powdery, leathery undertones to it. So it can take over a composition. It doesn't normally because it's expensive. They don't use it that often. I think it goes for $4,000 a kilo or something.
Really?
Yeah.
So how do they do it in the tea then?
The absolute goes for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if
do
you have
taste-
it in the backyard, you can put it in tea.
So when you're having it as a tea, do you have a leathery aftertaste?
Oh my God. Although I've heard of weirder things, but I think it's a very, very, very beautiful, very fleshy, very solid flower, if you want. A lot of them are airy, some of them are powdery, some of them are. This is deep.
Yeah, this is really
deep. Yes, it's a deep flower.
It's beefy.
We should take a picture like this. Beefy flower. So there's a little bit of smokiness for me, and when I wore it,
there is smokiness. I think the leather comes off smoky. It's a smoky kind of toasty leather.
And it goes really, really well with the vetiver. I feel a lot of vetiver in the back. Then again, I'm a vetiver.
What about the tobacco?
I would guess it's tobacco flower. It does have a little bit of pipe.
Well,
smell
there's that
to
smokiness.
Yes, but
so I'm thinking it's from the smokiness
I feel
of
them
the
a little
tobacco.
bit. I feel them separate. I feel the smokiness as it would come from, a Palo Santo, burning some aromatic woods. Whereas the tobacco is more in. I smell tobacco flower.
Interesting.
Actually.
Okay.
Which is not. It might be the way things blend together and overlap. Yeah. We don't know what's in this. Okay. We know what they tell us.
Okay.
And what our nose knows.
It could be all lies too.
But maybe our nose doesn't know. It could be all lies. I think it's a very, very beautiful suede. I would put it in the floral leathers.
It's really good. It's so good. To me, with this brand, Ruby Wood and Osmanthus Noble are pretty equally tied as far as how good they are.
And they're different from one another.
They're totally different.
Which is what I liked about the line. I tend to respect composers of any kind, creators of any kind that cover a wider breadth of topics. Yeah. In this case, they're very different from one another. And for all three to come from the same brain, to me, that's a good sign. That's what I'm saying. Sign. I think we need to keep an eye on her.
Yeah, definitely. Let's try Pergola. So this one I featured in my 20 Fougere fragrances video recently. It's a different Fougere. It's so different than anything else. There's no lavender.
Also, Fougere will end up different because Coumarin is on the go. They changed the regulations again. Thank you, Ifra. We don't like you. They already ruined Chypre, and they're going to do the same with Fougeres, I think. Anyway.
With Coumarin?
Yes.
I thought they were regulating Okmas.
That's what I'm saying. They already ruined Chypre. Now they're regulating Coumarin as well.
I didn't know. And how do you know this?
I know things. I'm smart.
Okay.
It's a new regulation. At the end of 2018, they reduced the quantity of coumarin that can be present in consumables. I mean, I understand it. Coumarin is
tonka bean. It's a molecule.
Yes, but
derived.
It's an anticoagulant. So they use it in rat poison sometimes. Oh. It can be dangerous, but you would have to eat or ingest or pour, a bucket of this on your skin. I don't know.
So wait, now tonka beans are edible.
They are edible. However, the coumarin they contain can be dangerous. It's been isolated, it's been replicated in the lab, and that can be dangerous.
All right.
So.
Well, let's talk about this.
Yes.
To me, this is the greenest of all green fragrances. Ultra green. It's like a green bite.
I call it poison green.
Poison green.
Not because it's poisonous, but if you think of fairy tales and myths and stuff, that's the color of the eye of the snake with the poison. There's always the goblet of something. It's green. It's dark emerald green, and that's what this is.
Well, I'm going to say absinthe. Even though there's no absinthe in here, it's what you get into that hallucinatory stage with absinthe. It's kind of like that. It's so green. It's ultra green. Like green notes of all kinds appear in this one for me. But you also have grassy notes. It's ultra grassy. And then there's that
That's
hay.
The coumarin.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
Hay.
Yep.
Hay.
That's the coumarin. Hay.
There's petitgrain, which is bitter green citrus leaves. Yes. And then you got that myrtle,
which is also green and citrusy at the same time.
A bit medicinal with the flowers and the myrtle flowers to me. But the vetiver. Do you pick up vetiver here?
A little bit.
A little bit.
I think it's very, very. To be honest, I feel it's there just to support. I think the galbanum is there just to support.
Big one. That's a big one.
It is big.
Wait. For you, it's the supporting.
Right. The main notes I smell the ivy. I'm sure it's not ivy absolute or ivy extract of any kind, but the way ivy has been depicted in olfaction since the beginning of time is this. It's poison green. It's not soft. It is not herbal. It is not creamy. It is not, fresh cut, stems of a flower. That's not the type of green we talk about. We're talking about the deep green, a little bit moist. It is a fougere after all.
Yeah. Do you get bitter greens?
A little bit.
Like mustard greens or something?
Yes.
So.
It smells like a dandelion flower. And
well, you had dandelion featured in here.
There you go. Tagette and galbanum, they're all in the same category of green smelling flowers. You know it's a flower there, but it smells like green. Green.
Do you get wet, damp?
I do get wet, I don't get damp. Maybe wet as in, I don't get moss from it. I don't get fougere. I don't get the underbelly of a mushroom. I get more like an ivy pergola in the rain, if you want. Yeah. And it's kind of chilly.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Cool fragrance.
It is a cool fragrance.
We were talking about this recently in another video. Fougeres typically are cool fragrances to me. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Cold. Crisp. Yeah.
There's no greener than this.
To me, out of the three, this is the edgier of the three fragrances, personally.
Because I would guess it modifies chemistry according to how wet it is outside. Sometimes the smell differs depending on what you ate, or whether your nose is working or not, what the weather's like, and so on and so forth. We keep talking about the weather, temperature-wise. I think we should talk about
weather affects how you experience fragrances.
Yeah, and I think we should talk about how wet the air is, because if it's foggy and cool, you're gonna smell it differently than if it's really dry and really hot.
It works like that when you're grinding coffee beans and you're gonna make espresso.
Yeah.
Depending on how the weather is and how moist it is out and how dry it is, it's gonna affect the way the coffee comes out.
Because it's all based on expelling the oils, right? And it makes a lot of sense.
Totally.
And I think this is one of those rare instances where the humidity of the air can affect it. Either you get a warmish, kind of dryish green like sage would be, or you get a pungent, very green, like punch in the face, like tomato leaf would be a green punch. I think it's
funny because the several times I wore it, 2 times I really loved it. One time I think we had a really dry. Oh wait, was it moist? I can't remember. But the 2 times I loved it, and then a friend smelled it on me, and they said, "Oh my God, I love the way that smells. Let me try it." The other time, I was like very, very earthy. It was like I was in the bowels of the earth, and it smelled like earth to me. So I didn't like that experience about it. So this one is kind of a toss-up for me, even though I love my Fougeres.
You know what else it smells like? Cannabis. A little bit.
I can see that.
So it's a
yeah.
For those of you who do not live in California or Amsterdam, please do know that this is legal. We're also over 18. Are you over 18?
I'm not over 18.
Okay. I'm 143. So, so we can talk about these things.
Yes,
okay?
we can.
Yes, we can. So that's
13 and over.
13. All right.
Well, that's Pergola, guys. Those are the 3 fragrances from the house of Exaltatum. But I like the way she says it.
Exaltatum.
Exaltatum? I can have an accent.
Try it.
Exaltatum.
There you go.
So we have 3 of these to give away.
Oh.
We have 3 15 mLs to give away to subscribers of this channel from the USA and European Union. And I guess it still includes the UK, right? They're not out of the European Union yet.
Let's hope so. If they know what's good for them.
So if you want to participate in this giveaway, we only have 3 winners, so we're only going to select 3 winners with whichever one they end up with. So to participate, let us know which fragrance sounds the best to you, what you liked about our review together with Dana, and also put your country down so that we can qualify you. So let us know if you like Ruby Wood, if you like Osmanthus Noble, or if you like Pergola. Please make sure you're subscribed to this channel as well so you qualify. Other than that, guys, if you have any questions or comments, please let us know. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.